Hello everyone, welcome back to another Splatoon video. Today's topic of discussion that I will be approaching is that of X-Rank system in Splatoon 3. The X-Rank system in Splatoon 3 compared to its Splatoon 2 counterpart is very different, and I kind of want to approach this subject because it's been having some effects on me in my place whenever I play Splatoon. So I've been finding myself realizing that I don't play Splatoon that much except on days that I stream, so Wednesdays and Saturdays. And I was kind of thinking about why is that? Why do I do that? Granted, when I got Splatoon 2, I got it when everything was already out, so there was no more specials, no more weapons to come out. I got it fairly late, and when Splatoon 3 got announced, maybe a couple months after I got the game. So there was definitely nothing new coming out, and I missed all the Splatfest basically. So I think it's also a different aspect of looking at it, that I was really anticipating Splatoon 2 from not playing it, not playing Splatoon in a while because I gave away my Wii U and I didn't play Splatoon anymore, and I've been watching a ton of YouTube videos and etc. But when I got Splatoon 3, it's a different experience for me. First off, obviously I was really excited, and it waiting for X-Rank kind of gave me something to look forward to, because I was like, oh, I'll be able to play X-Rank again, because S+, open and series, that's kind of fun, but it didn't really determine how good you were at the game, more how long it took for you to, how much effort you put into the game, so how long you grinded, for example, rather than actually having the skill to reach S+50. It was more of a grind rather than actually having the skill. I'm not saying people in S+50 did not have the skill, but it's kind of like getting level 99 star while only playing Turf War. You can still have skill, you might struggle a little bit in ranked, but you still got all of your levels through Turf War. Anyhow, Splatoon 3 X rank, for me, and I've had a lot of different people tell me in different Discord and things that they also agree with me. But I think I kind of want to make some people understand, because I do also have friends who don't really understand how I'm feeling about X-Rank systems. So I kind of wanted to do this video to give those friends and other people out there my thoughts and my experiences, especially that I've had with X-Rank systems. One of the main things that I think, it's not a problem because it's not their fault on purpose, but professional players that they say that they love the X-Rank system. And all this is based off the fact that they don't lose that many games, which just makes sense. They're good at the game, so they don't lose that many games, which makes it where they don't have to experience the losses that you get. Even though you might be playing at your peak, your team might struggle or you're having a bad day, but these professional players generally don't really lose that many games, or at least not to the extent that casual X-Rank players do. So it's just, I think that's one of the main problems, is that professional players are all giving back their positive feedback because, oh, they love it and it's a great system, and Nintendo's going to do nothing about it now. But for us casual players, it's kind of unrealistic to think that we're going to go 3-0 or 3-1, 3 wins, 1 loss every single time we play Splatoon. That's just unrealistic. Every time we jump into an X-Rank series, we're not expecting to win 3 games and not lose any, or even then win 3 games and only lose 1. The most common situation that you're going to be in is win 3, lose 2 if you win your series. Now, I've trust me, I'm not just saying this out of like 1 or 2 bad series that I've had. This has been my experience the entire time that I've had with X-Rank. I've had it where 4 times, I've had it where I've won 3 games and lost 2 games. All of them were really close games, so it wasn't like we were steamrolling them, they weren't steamrolling us, it wasn't any of that. And I won 10 points each time. So if you do the easy math, 40 points. That's a good 20 games, and I gained 40 points. Just the other day on stream, I did 1 series, I lose 3 games, and I win none. Obviously, that's not ideal, but That's gonna happen. It's just, you're gonna have a bad day, you just have bad comps, whatever. You're just not feeling it. I lost 80 points. That's just the comparison, and that's 3 games, 20, and it does double the amount that I did in 20 games. And I lost that in one series. And it wasn't even like they were steamrolling us. Well, I guess it would have been better if they were steamrolling us. But it was close games, which means that our teams were approximately the same rank. So it wasn't like we were super weak, they were super strong, which would have made that we shouldn't have lost any points, or we were numerically stronger than they were, but we still lost. I don't think that was the case. I just think it's the garbage X-rank system. But yeah, we lost 80 points from that series, or I lost 80 points from that series, and that's more than I could have lost in like 4 days straight of me playing for about an hour and a half in Splatoon 2. I would have had to try and lose all of my games in Splatoon 2 for about 4 days to lose 80 points. It's just, and when I do win series, I get 10. It's kind of ridiculous. Let me give you an example. I had finished this series in X rank against these 4 players. At the end of the series, I lost, and I lost 27 points. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna try another series. I go again. I get the exact same 4 people against me, despite losing 27 points. The exact same people. To the person. There wasn't a single one that was different. I don't really know how that's considered really fair when I've lost 27 points, which is still a considerable amount. It's almost 30. It's about a third of 100 points, and that's a pretty big player gap to try and, well, I guess cross the gap with, and it's 27 points, and I still get all 4 of the same people. Now, don't get me wrong, making a game obviously is not easy, and balancing the game of things is not an easy thing to do, and Nintendo has done a great job in that aspect. I'm not going to go into the Splash controversy. Please don't bombard me in the comments. But I'm not saying that it's perfect either. There are definitely some better things that they can do, especially concerning their X-rank system, where, well, for one, you're kind of forced to play all 3 games, whether or not it was proven in the past that the players that you were facing were stronger than you, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because I'm thinking, if they're stronger than me, you're still going to force me to play 3 games against them, and then I still lose a ludicrous amount of points. It's kind of silly. But I think that's when I look back at Splatoon and why I don't play it that much, I think X-Rank really does play a huge part, because for me, Open and Series, your S+ rank, that doesn't really, not anymore, it doesn't really determine your rank. It doesn't determine how skilled you are, to be honest. I'm not saying people in S+ and all that are not skilled, but in my scenario, that doesn't really portray skill for me anymore. X-Rank does. And the fact that I don't feel like I can play it without being punished, because I feel like Nintendo is kind of pushing the fact that you have to win pretty much every single one of your games, which is just, that's not really possible when you think about it. It's like, it is possible, but it's not reasonable. You have to go back down to earth and think, am I really going to be winning all, or basically all, of my games to continue to progress? I digress. Another proof that I guess I have before I finish off this video is, back in Splatoon 2, I felt like I could play all the silly weapons that I wanted that I'm garbage at. I would jump in Splatoon 2 in the X rank, and I would jump in with an E-liter. I suck with E-liter. But back then, I felt comfortable playing weapons that I stink at, because I knew I wasn't going to get penalized. I would not dare jump into an X rank game in Splatoon 3 with any weapon that I don't feel comfortable playing. That would be suicide. I know that I lose one game, which basically meant that I'm probably not going to make a profit, even if I win 3 games. That's that's the mentality I have. I lose one game, I'm like, well, I pretty much can't come out positive even if I win my next 3 games. And obviously if I lose my next 2 games, I'm going to lose a buttload, like the example I gave with losing 82 points in one series. But yeah, I would not dare jump into a game now with Splatoon or E-Leader or GooTuber or whatever, and Noz on those. In Splatoon 2, I was like, yeah, and why not? Partially of that is the fact that we didn't have a choice. You wanted to play ranked, either you played League, which I didn't have that many friends to play League with back then, or you played X-Rank if you were in that rank. You didn't have a choice. Here, since we do have a choice, it doesn't really give me that much incentive to play X-Rank, but neither do Open and Series. So I guess this all kind of comes down to the fact that with the current X-Rank system in place, the only times I really play is when my friends want to play, or when I'm streaming. Other than that, I don't really find that much incentive in playing the game, despite the fact that the game is incredibly fun. I think that's just a poor mindset for player base to have, is that they don't feel like playing the game because there's no like real achievements anymore. And I think that's kind of where I'm going. I know several other people that thinking along the same lines that I am. They still play the game because they enjoy it, but they don't get the same feeling of enjoyment that they did in Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 1. And I guess that was the main thing I wanted to broach. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you for listening. I kind of needed to get this off my chest so I can kind of explain my thought process behind it. And that way I would stop bugging people on Discord. Because knowing me, that if I didn't make a video on this, then I would probably keep bugging people on Discord. I guess that's it for today. Pop on down in the comments, tell me what you think, tell me if I'm completely wrong, and that you guys think that I should make better videos. I'm just kidding. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.